Okay, babes, you got it.
Thanks. Okay, hey guys, what's up? So we are going to change things up with my content a little bit for the new year. I've decided weekly vlogs are hard, so maybe monthly vlogs or / whenever I want to can post them. And then in between, I'll post some other fun videos that I always want to make. So this one is going to be my favorite books, top 3 favorite books of 2022. Here are they. Here are they. Was that proper English? Feels like wrong.
Here they are.
Here they are. So we have number 1, Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Number 2, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. And number 3, The Inherited Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So I'm just gonna go through and start talking about them. Let's maybe start from the bottom and go to the top. That makes more sense, right? Okay, so it was honestly really hard to like rank these, I feel like. Bye, Kendall. I feel like it was kind of hard to rank them because I love them all so much and for honestly different reasons. Like this book, if you want a good like mystery, do I look okay? What are you? I'm scared you're looking at it.
I wasn't even looking at it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to throw you off.
It's okay. No, it's fine. If you want like a good mystery book / a little bit of romance, suspense, this is the book. It's so good. It's a really easy read. So I feel like if you're getting out of a reading slump, this is what you need to read. It's pretty quick. And it has almost everything you need in it. It has suspense, it has mystery, has thrill, has a little bit of romance, and it's a series as well. So there's 3 books. I haven't read the last one yet, but loved 1 and 2. So good. But honestly, just like a really great book. So it follows a teenager, just random girl. These are all YA books, by the way. I'm a sucker. Actually, People We Meet on Vacation isn't YA. It's just adult fiction. So, but yeah, she's in high school. Her name is Avery Grams, or Grams. Yeah, she's like just a simple girl. She's just here to get out of college, of high school, and keep follow her dreams and stuff like that. And she probably just has, just like low income family as well. And randomly she receives a letter, and leaves her a random millionaire, rich guy, leaves her his whole fortune basically. And automatically that's a huge puzzlement, right? Like, why would a random man leave a seemingly random girl their entire fortune? And so they invite Avery to the Hawthorne house, and which is the random rich person who gave her the money. And these people are like, who are you and why did you get my grandfather's money? You probably scammed them into it, right? So they're pissed. Everyone's trying to figure out the real reason why Avery has this money, and Avery is too. She's also like, I feel like I also shouldn't have this money, like what the heck? And then her family convinces her to keep it, like there's probably a reason why she has this money and things like that. So basically follows her around and the Hawthorns to solve the mystery of why she was included in this seemingly random man's fortune. So really good, highly recommend. Super quick and easy read. Like, honestly, this will get you out of reading slump for sure. All right, let's move to the next one. So we have The People We Meet on Vacation. This just holds such a dear, I literally like just saying this, like that title of this book, like this book holds such a dear place in my heart. I feel like shut up. I feel like it definitely got me back into reading from like a pretty big hiatus, and I was like excited about books again, which I think is really exciting because I love reading for as long as I can remember. Well, not as long, basically since elementary school, and I go in and out of not liking it, of liking it, whatever. But it had been a really long time since I had like enjoyed a book and sat down and read like a ton of books until I got to this book. And it kind of just like snaps you in. Like, Emily Henry's like a really good author. Basically anything she writes we love, including Grace, right? So like book lovers, beach read, those books, we all love those as well. This is just like the one that I chose to be my favorite because of the start of it all. Like, this is the beginning of it all. So my beginning of it all. You may have started somewhere else in there, or not at all, in which case you need to read this book or any of Emily Henry books. But I just really love the interesting. I really love the characters in this book. I relate to them a lot. Poppy, I love Poppy. I want to be Poppy. She's the main character, the girl in this book. She's like so sunshiny. It's basically, the trope is like not exactly sunshiny and grumpy, but kind of. It's kind of sunshine, kind of grumpy guy, and they're best friends. And there's always been a little bit of something, but they've never dared to really explore it. And it was really very interesting because they would like switch between chapters of like in the past and then like present. And there was this whole thing that the present people weren't talking about that happened in the past. And the chapters were all building up to that time of like what did happen in the past, what happened that changed the way they are currently. And so that really hooks you in, because the whole time you're like, okay, I have to figure out what actually happened, 12 years ago that changed everything for them, because it's very confusing. Like, what is this? So it kind of hooks you in that way. But basically it just follows these two friends. It's their love story, or their not love story. I don't want to spoil it for you. So, but it's really, really good. I would say it's a pretty easy read as well. Spice level, what spice level would you give this? Like, I would say mild medium. Not too spicy, but like bordering on like if you're not like much of a spice girl, then it might be a little too hot for you, kind of a thing. But yeah, really good one. Also, spice level 0 on this one. There is some romance, but it's very, very nothing. So, okay, let's get to the last one. This is my number 1 spot. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is my number 1 because it may just be my number 1 of all time. I am obsessed with this book. So, if you guys follow Haley Pham on social media at all, she's like one of my favorite influencers. Followed her for a long time. Anyways, she started reading a lot of books this year, and this one, she was like, this is my favorite book of all time. And I was like, oh my gosh, period, yeah, I need to read that. And she like told the premise of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a dream. So let me tell you what it's about a little bit. So Liz Bobo, I don't know how to say her last name, Buxbam, Baum, Boxbam? Who knows? Follows her in her life. She grows up with a wonderful mother who kind of romanticizes everything. She's very sweet, very kind of dreamy and wistful, that type of person. And they have like a tradition of like watching a bunch of rom-coms together and just really loving the idea of love. And so Liz, in turn, has grown up that way. She's always been like, oh, where's my guy? Where is he out there? And he's got to be this and this and this, and check off all of her boxes. Like, her mom always said, like, you have to fall for the boy who's like the good boy. Bad boys aren't worth it, whatever, those kind of things. So she has this premise in her head, and so she's out there looking for him. She's dating a bunch of people, but for whatever reason, it doesn't work out. She always says, sometime down the line, I always get the ick, is what she says. At one point, she'll just be like, okay, that was gross, or I hate that, we can't date anymore, even though if it's just one thing. And she has this next door neighbor, Wesley Bennett, who they've kind of been mortal enemies their whole lives. and they compete over this parking spot for the past like 2 years, and they pull pranks on each other, and overall she just like doesn't like him, just like kind of like definitely frenemy vibes. They don't really talk outside of like the parking spot, but they did grow up together. They have the same friend group and everything. And there's this other boy, what's his name? I don't like him, so I don't really bother to know his name. I don't not like him. He's fine. I don't know. There's another boy who's just basically been in love with her whole life. Like, this is my dream man. Her mom said, like, this is my dream man. And then at some point, like when she was like 12 or something, her mom dies of cancer, I'm pretty sure. And so she really takes to heart the things that her mom has said to her, like, no bad boys, you have to have this type of romance, all those kind of things. And she also stays obsessed with like rom-coms because they basically are a way for her to feel connected to her mom. So basically just follows her life. And the boy that she like fell in love with when she was a kid, he moved away, and she's like hasn't seen him in so long, but suddenly he moves back to town, and she's like, I'm gonna get my man. So she requests the help of her neighbor to help her get her man, and to help her have her magical prom moment, whatever. And you kind of get to see what happens there. But it's literally so good, very relatable. I don't know if it's relatable to everybody, but it's definitely very relatable to me, because I feel like I am very much similar to Liz, in the way that like I'm super close to my mom. I love rom-coms. I kind of have a high standard for boys and for love in general. But it's so good. It's very dreamy, very innocent. Spice level like mild, like, but it's like it's the perfect amount of like romance, and it's so good. I literally love this book so much. I probably spend the most time talking about this book, probably most definitely, because I love it. It's literally so good. You guys have to read it. But yeah, these are my top 3 favorite books from 2022. You should definitely read all of these, and if they're in a series, you should read the books in the series, like read the other books in the Inheritance Games, and read all of Emily Henry books. And Lynn Painter is getting another book that's coming out next year. Read her book. Read all the books, guys. Reading is wonderful. It's a way to escape, to experience a different type of world. And I would say decompress, but I don't relax when I read books, so I'm not gonna say that. But in theory, it would be nice. Honestly, I feel like when I stay up and read books, I feel more restless than if I were to stay up and like be on my phone. Like if I'm staying up till like 2 a.m. reading a book, it's really hard for me to go to sleep, and I'll have the weirdest sleep. Like I will have a really weird dreams, very strange feelings overall. But if I'm on my phone, it's like kind of normal. Maybe it's because it's like not as normal for me. I don't know. Anyways, read books and keep watching my videos, or don't. This is more for me. Anyways, bye guys. Thanks for watching.